Former Russian envoy to U.S. Sergei Kislyak has denied allegations of meddling in the 2016 U.S. presidential elections. Kislyak has served as a Russian ambassador to Washington at the time of the alleged meddling.
When it comes to my being ambassador in the United States, I would say that we never got involved as a government in the political life in the United States. I have never done anything of the sort, not that my embassy did. So whatever allegations are being mounted against us are simply fantasies that are being used for political reasons.
On Friday, a probe led by Special Counsel Robert Muller indicted 13 Russians for alleged meddling in the 2016 U.S. presidential elections. Earlier, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov declined to comment on U.S. indictments of the Russians and 3 Russian companies. Russia has repeatedly denied any involvement in influencing the U.S. election. Lavrov matched that tone, telling participants at the annual Munich Security Conference that even U.S. Vice President Michael Pence and others had raised questions about the U.S. investigation.
Until we see the facts, everything else is just blather. I beg your pardon for not using a diplomatic language.
The U.S. grand jury indictment broadly echoes the conclusion of a January 2017 U.S. intelligence assessment, which found that Russia had meddled in the election and that its goals eventually included aiding Donald Trump. Student survivors of a mass shooting that killed 17 people at a Florida high school have called for gun restriction at an angry rally. The shooting on Wednesday at Parkland School Parkland has stirred the continuing debate between supporters of tougher restrictions on firearms and advocates for gun rights. The gun rights in the U.S. are protected by the Constitution's Second Amendment.
I understand how scary an issue this is, but I also need to point out that there are issues in the past where great people made great changes, even though that it was scary or it was unthinkable. Slavery. People didn't think that slavery could ever be not a thing. And of course, we fought a war, and we fought, and brothers fought each other, and we made a change. Things like voting rights, things that people never thought were possible. They are.
Mind for the fact that all this happened, but overall I can't be angry at law enforcement. They did their job. I can't be angry at the school. They did their job. This kid was expelled. He was put through the system, and then he came back in with a gun and then killed other people. That was out of their power. All we could have done is made sure that someone like that wasn't able to get that weapon.
Meanwhile, an hour away from shooting site, a controversial gun show, which organizers declined to cancel, citing a financial burden, attracted hundreds of attendees. The visitors at the gun show said firearms could not be blamed for the massacre.